Hello, hello. I'm your host, Biggie Smoke. We are bringing you Stage 4 of this godforsaken rally. Back on the bikes. Back on to another mission. AKA Stage 4. Qaisumah to Riyadh. Which is, I feel like, going to be a brutal one. It's the longest stage. Elevation is kinda eh. It's primarily soil stage though, which hopefully means we'll see more dirt road. That would kind of crank down the time of the stage a little bit if you don't have to do as much navigating, but we'll see what it looks like. When we go for road for a long time, we have some off-road traces. Okay, yeah, it's a primarily road and traces stage for sure. Yeah, it's heavy road and traces. Okay, so a little more off-road near the end. Then you get big sections of road again, a little bit of traces. Alright, so it's going to be a very much like a road following stage, so hopefully that means... So in that case, I'm probably going to put a little more pressure in the tires for the speed. And I don't mind cranking the suspension stiffness up a little bit for this one. For more reactionary riding. Because I don't need it to be as slow as I would on another stage. It's pretty well straight line sprint again. I mean, you do have a little turn back point, but it's basically a sprint once again to get to 2 passenger control zones, so that's going to be interesting. The first one then basically marks where we actually really start moving forward and trying to get, of course, to the next location. So that's going to be kind of what we're hoping for, but that will come soon enough so we can start riding towards the start. But only time will tell where we'll actually end up in this rally. I'm hoping somewhere good, though. Alright, let's go. So, this stage is the longest stage in terms of traditional length. So that theoretically means that in that regard, this is probably going to be quite a brutal stage. But the good news with it being, the good news is it's a very heavily road-based stage, road, trail, and traces-based stage. So I shouldn't have to, navigation won't be egregiously hard. So that's kind of the belief I'm holding on to when we go into this one. Basically on the road it's just going to be watch the landmarks, try and get through those corners nice and easy, and just don't make any stupid mistakes basically. And we'll basically have ourselves set up for the win. I know where I'm definitely faster than these guys, and I know where I have an advantage. So the hope is I just use that advantage. Now some of the other rallies, especially the 2021, 2022, sorry, 21 and 21s, do actually kind of have you following roads a bit. I mean, sorry, like straight up tarmac roads. You don't really have that in 2022. 2022, all the special stages are practically all off-road. I mean, there's not going to be a lot of road anyways on these stages, just because that's how the Dakar rally works. But I mean, like, alright, 90 over bridge. Alright. Back onto it. Little bridge crossing there, so... $230. I don't think the AI will be doing speeds like that, so... But just because I can get away with that stuff now doesn't mean I'll be able to get away with that stuff real soon. So, such as when you see a caution on your screen. I don't want to be falling for that mistake. And even I know in areas like dunes now I have to be really weary about what I do, because sometimes stuff that's not labeled as a caution is more dangerous than stuff that is labeled at times. So it is a big one of those experiences that you really have to try and watch out for, so you don't end up screwing yourself up. Alright, trail's a little bumpy right now, so I gotta watch out for that to not destroy my suspension, because that was the fault I made, of course, in last stage with the dunes, and I don't want to make that same mistake again, especially on a stage as long as this, because a mistake like that, if I make it at like 300 kilometers, I still have almost another 200 until the finish line, so that could completely ruin the run. I got pretty lucky with last stage, so I don't want to be making those same mistakes again, especially knowing like what could come of it. Coming up to the first off-road section real soon. Where that 25 is where we first move off-road, I think. So that'll be the first little bit of off-road. Then I think we'll be going to traces after that, based on what I saw from the road book. I could have actually spent time to write down some markers and stuff, and like really memorize the road book, but I feel like that's less fun than kind of just sending it and seeing what happens. So that's more what I'm trying to do. I'm trying to make it interesting. Because I could just memorize these stages, memorize like a lot of stuff on the road book, and then it's brutally easy, but then it'd be boring. You guys don't really get to see any of the frustration of getting lost or making a big mistake. It's 287 now, so a little bit of off-roading now. This is where really gotta watch, because I know what kind of mistakes can be made here, and they are not pretty. That was okay. You'll know if you're really gonna do damage to your suspension in this game, because you'll hear the sounds of that suspension bottoming out. You will hear it. You can't miss it. You'll hear that. Those are the sounds you don't want to hear. If it just sounds like a little it's just suspension doing its job, it's not too bad. I don't mind taking little jumps. It's when we get into the range of like jumps that are like, oh shit, like you're flying down a hill. That's where you start to get into the concern, or you get like big bumps where your rear end basically follows your front. That's where it's like a, oh shit, something bad could happen. That's basically what I'm trying to avoid. I don't mind taking a little bump here and there, but I'm definitely trying to avoid like getting into something big. So now we got a little bit of road and then we're immediately coming off again. It's going to be about preservation this stage. I'll take the penalty of being a little slower here if it means that I can actually kind of keep the bike until the end of the stage. $213. Vegetation that we have to go through. Alright, traces. Follow the traces. Sick. That time I didn't even do anything to initiate that. That was just... You go just a little bit too fast and the game will screw you over like that too. It's just part of some of the difficulty of really riding in this game. I just want to make sure damage is not going to be too much of a problem right now. This last thing I want is bad damage to ruin a run. 212. Should be meeting on like a big crossing of trails. And then we'll be 205. Little small turn, 205. Then we should be meeting up with traces at some point. No, not these traces. Do not get lost now. That could have been really stupid. Traces after. These ones. Yes. There we go. Now that could have been screwed up because those traces both looked about the same. Where did the traces go? There they are. Alright, I found them. It's alright. We found them. Pretty bumpy here, so we'll take our time. Not in a rush. First passage control zone too. So that's a good sign. Coming up on our first passage control zone here is the good news. We'll be coming on to actual like road. Oh, okay, so you have to go in at around 90. Alright. That's the speed you have to go in at. Alright, so that's a good thing to note. Around 90. Alright, it's my first time card stamp, my first refuel. And then we'll be back on the road again to try and get into the next, I was trying to figure that out. Finally, okay, so it's around 90. If you're going under 90, the game tends to make your guy kind of slow down a little bit, so... Alright, that's actually really useful information. I need that. I need to know that. Because you can lose like 10 to 10 seconds trying to get into a passes control zone if you go in too slowly. Shows me following the road, but it says I'm leaving. I don't really believe that, but whatever it says. It's okay, I ain't leaving. Why was it dotted? I wasn't even leaving the road. I was just going transferring to another road. Interesting. This stage would suck in a car because having to try and keep under the speed limit would be brutal, because you know you can go so much faster. I mean, if you use the Audi, it's really easy to stay under the speed limit because the electric Audi is only capable of a top speed of 180, and it can only hit that really on a downhill. So the electric Audi is very easy to maintain the speed, but every other car can go way faster than that, so it's a pain. I mean, they practically built the Audi to be fuel-proof. Building on the side. Good to know. Yeah, I knew I was going the right way anyways, but we're actually seeing some buildings and stuff. That's how you know we're in Riyadh. Or at least we're getting closer to Riyadh now. Because it's starting to get a little more populated, and Riyadh does have like some jungle slash... not really jungle, but just like more some tropical areas. So... you really can't miss a lot of them, so you'll start to notice it. And that's kind of the big sign that you're entering Riyadh. I mean, in the end, Saudi Arabia is Saudi Arabia. It's very heavily dune orientated, so you don't see as much difference in environment as you would in, say, like Dakar 18, where the rally is in Peru, Bolivia, and Argentina. Whereas a big difference in each one. But it's enough. And now I'll be going off-road. Triple caution. Yep. I was prepared for that. I saw that coming. That's why I made sure. I made sure to slow nice and down for that. That time I was prepared, in the case that would happen. Another triple caution, albeit it's not directly on the route. Now this is 2 single cautions on either side. So I'd have to watch and make sure I don't fall off course a little too much, otherwise not going to be a fun experience for me. Now this might be brutal, big bump. In fact, I just went over, oh never mind, that's the big bump. That's what they were talking about. Oh, shite. Come on. Take the bike up. 58. Triple caution, right side, dune, and then I think we'll be entering a road. Yeah. And up to this way. Awesome. There's a big dune section near the end where it gets kind of like, where it's heavily sand and like off-road. That's where it's, and even then it's not that big. I think it's maybe 50 kilometers. So I don't think there's any reason to worry too much about that one, but still something to consider for sure. Oh, almost went the wrong way. That way. Here we go. Oof. Big rock on the left side. That would be that rock right there. We'll be going off-road real soon. There are definitely off-road sections in this stage, but they're very, like, small for the most part. They're just like little, hey, this is the section, get through it, you'll be fine type sections. They're not like brutally difficult. like in some other stages. I almost ate a rock too there. All things considered, I have not seen a fly this stage. It's actually been a very quiet stage, all things considered. Oh, we should be entering road anytime soon, so something to consider. Right there. Back onto road. The stage will probably still be the longest stage of the rally, and that will probably come down to the fact that it's about 100 kilometers longer than any other stage in the rally. I mean, there is one that's on the brink of 400, but it's not directly 400, it's 399. I mean, you might as well say it's 400. It's the other, like, really big stage in this rally. But after that, you've kind of gotten through all the really difficult bits. I mean, sorry, after that one, that's basically all the long stages done. Hell, this rally is the only one with an under, like, I think 250 kilometer stage, because the final one's only 160. In fact, there's I think side-by-side up there, I want to say. Might be a side-by-side. Good time to find out. Somebody's up there, that's all I know. Yeah, side-by-side, what did I say? Now, if the bike riders are following that pace, I'm in holy stutter. I'm in a good spot then. They're probably not, though. I would say the lower ones might be following that pace, but the faster ones definitely not. Alright, this is where we're definitely going off-road. I can tell by how close those checkpoints are and how many there are. So, we'll be off-road real soon in this one. Hope you're ready for that. 168. $165. Then it'll be another turn to 170, so $173. 177, what the? Wow, okay. Train went wild there, wow. Wouldn't be a Dakar stage without some difficulty. Now you should be meeting up with a road, and then we're turning to 105 on that road. So okay, right about now, should be turning to 105. I'm gonna move over a little bit, that's what I figured. And now to 178. 198. Uphill we go between all that vegetation. We turn to 170, there'll be a couple small little bumps and some vegetation on the side of that. So right here, 170. There's the bumps, there's the vegetation right there. So that's how I kind of knew. Ooh. Alright, traces. Wow. Alright, that could have ended bad. We're okay though. I caught the slide before it really got out of hand. Caught the slide again. Terrain is nasty right now. It is not friendly at all. But now we got some roads, so we can take a little break, get back onto this one. Saw the new Williams livery too. I'm actually a big fan of it. I actually think Barclay's coming back to Williams is kind of nice. I think it looked good. I know someone will tell me how shit it looks, which in that case, I mean, to each their own. I actually liked it though. I thought it was nice. Fortunately though, I haven't seen the car perform because failing crash test 3 times is not necessarily something you want to brag about on your resume. Oh, I didn't realize the speed limit 90. Shoot, I thought that was the passage control zone. I was too busy yapping, not busy paying attention. My bad. Too busy yapping, not busy enough paying attention to, so I was going in faster because I was expecting to come into it, but, that's annoying. I'm not restarting though. Not for this. Not for this. That's my own stupidity, I'll take it like a man. But, yeah, no, I saw the livery and it was just, I liked it. I think they did well with the multiple shades of blue and the white. The white, I think, on the side pods really helped the livery stand out. It was nice. I actually really liked it. So I see some teams actually doing something different for a change. Teams have gotten too safe, too corporate friendly. I want to see more like change and stuff. It gets boring to see the same thing all the time. I understand the whole, oh, if it works, don't change it. But the thing was, it didn't work. At least not in my eyes. Like with Red Bull, I really liked that they changed back to a gloss. Like, I hated their matte livery. I hated it since it came out in 2016. They tried to metallic it up a bit, but it still looked like trash in my opinion, compared to what Red Bull was known for. Especially in that, like, 2010s era. Where like they were changing their or at least like doing some interesting things, especially that 2013 to 15 era, where each livery was added on and like changed from the next. Like I just wanted more from Red Bull's liveries. I was kind of so to see something new. I was pretty happy with it, but you know, someone's gonna say that they weren't. I mean, it is. You're free to have your opinion. But I like it, and ultimately that's what's important to me. Ultimately, that's what am I doing? We're here leaving traces for no reason. Well, I mean, at least I'm planning ahead. You know what? That's what I'm doing. I'm planning ahead. At least I'm already going the correct way. Oh, shit! Wow, that is lucky. My God! Holy! That was a lot of airtime. Red Bull gonna have to give me some Gonna have to increase my pay after that one. I just gave him some good footage from this rally. Wow. Oh, I went the wrong way. I just realized, turn back. I just saw that. That's okay. Wasn't looking at the road book enough. I'm making some stupid mistakes right now. I don't know why. But it is what it is. Okay, this is a passage control zone. Now this is what I was talking about. Alright, there we go. Stamp my time card. Alright, time card stamped, so we'll be back on the stage. And the final bit, I know there's a little more dunes left in this one, but the 4-minute penalty will probably be why I lose the stage. It probably won't be pure pace, because even though I've made a couple like minor mistakes, I immediately knew what they were and I fixed them very, very quickly. So those most likely won't be the problem. The problem will probably come in the form of that penalty that I got from not realizing that that wasn't a passage control zone and that I actually did need to stay under the speed limit there. So oh, canyon, follow Trace's canyon. Actually, this is a nice change of scenery now. Now we're definitely in Riyadh. I can tell because we're getting into more mountainous / rocky terrain and stuff like that, which is gonna play a little more of an effect, especially in the later points. Ultimately, this is where I want to be. Should be a turning point. It'll be right after this rock. There it is, right there. Alright, should be able to open up the throttle a little more. Still have to watch out though, because I have no idea how bad these traces could get. I'll be going off kind of following a kink. So right about here. To 178. Someone needs to study the airtime I've been catching, because I'm wondering if that Red Bull I drank is in fact giving me wings. I'm flying right now. Both figuratively and literally flying. Well, technically figuratively as well, but technically in both ways I'm figurative, but still. Ah, you get the idea. Y'all get the vision. You understand what I'm going for. Turning onto this road. Onto some more road! And then I think we'll be going basically immediately off-road real soon. Not too long after this, so... Alright, that's a single caution. Let's get over that nice and easy. Go. Speed limit zone. Okay, never mind. Speed limit zone. Alright, that time I see it's a 90. I'm dropping. Oh, speed limit zone's done. Alright, never mind. I can go. Get back on the throttle. I just wanted to make sure. I'd rather not get myself another 4-minute penalty. Oh, another speed limit zone. Okay, yep, we are definitely in Riyadh now. We're actually hitting populated areas. At least areas where it can be dangerous to go full speed through. We're turning at this point. Back onto throttle. That's probably going to be the annoying part of Riyadh stages. A lot of them are heavily road-based, but the amount of speed limit stuff that you have to do in these stages, especially because then we're probably because we're going to be hitting some slightly more populated areas. I wouldn't be shocked if we're going to see some of those rare speed limit zones, aka the 50 km/h speed limit. You don't see it much, but it's there. It's usually for super populated areas, really busy streets that are traditionally busy, or there's also the 30. That does exist too, a 30 km/h speed limit. Although that was more used, that's not really used in Saudi Arabia anymore because it really slows down the competition and it's a pain. But it was used in a decent bit in like the rallies that took place in South America, so it still exists. I just doubt we'll hit one, really. But I wouldn't be shocked if we start hitting some, like, fifty ones for sure. The only area I could really imagine maybe hitting the 30 is in Jeddah. Fortunately, this rally, most of the rallies don't really take place in Jeddah. Jeddah more so, it's just a start/finish point for the rally. Basically each rally is almost a full circuit. They never truly touch, but basically all the rallies that have been in Saudi Arabia so far, wow! I went from perfectly fine bike to fully damaged just there. What happened? It's like the slightest bump. I'm completely lost in my bearing too. I don't even remember. Okay, I'm going the right way. That's the good news, but wow. Okay. Awesome. Oh wow, so suspension's fully fucked. That's awesome. Sick. There's even more damage. Awesome. Oh, radiator's destroyed. Nice. Oh, front brakes are gone. Nice. 30 minutes of penalties. Let's go, baby. Let's go. I don't even know how that happened. I barely took it at any speed. I just went over the littlest bump. Mind you, a bump that I probably would have hit any other time and come out fine, and it destroyed everything. That is horrendous luck. That is just horrendous luck, man. Well, the stage is looking good. It's chalk now. This stage is done. Out the window. Last place for sure in this stage. Because the AI maximum will probably get about 16 minutes a pen of repairs. So, yeah, no, this is chalked. This stage is over now, so that really sucks. That really, really sucks. I'm pretty pissed about that. I'm actually really pissed about that. I shouldn't say pretty pissed. I am livid about that, actually. I'm annoyed. It was looking so good, too. Which is the worst part. Like, I had so much pace, I was clearly going to destroy everybody in the stage in pace. But then I just take the world's worst penalty. That's going to put me... Unfortunately, I can't track time in this rally because I've just too lazy to really track everybody's mistakes or whatever, or whatnot. But if I did track time in this rally, I probably went from being first place in this rally to probably like 10th, because the split between riders is honestly not that big. So I have hella work to do now. That is gut-wrenching. It's a disaster. That's all I can say. Absolute disaster. Nothing more, nothing less. Especially for a stage where I had so much hope that I would destroy everybody here. And I probably am destroying them on track time, but the repair penalties screw me. And my radiator is still not doing a good job of being a radiator. My engine is hot. I guess just put my head down and finish. At least we know of the pace that was. Oh, fucking hell. Bike doing anything but going straight right now. Holy crap. Never felt more helpless. So, for all of you wanting to know, would I win this stage? In pure pace? Probably. Would I win this stage, though, because of my luck? No. Clearly not. But, yeah, well, it had to come at some point. I've been getting through this pretty smoothly. Just sucks that the long stage that I actually was feeling so confident, so prepared for, too. Like, I genuinely felt so ready for this stage. Because it was a primarily road-going stage, which I thought meant, oh. And I even said this, too. I'm like, oh, yeah. Like, I shouldn't have to worry too much, and probably, like, there's definitely going to be a surprise. I have to watch for it. But I was expecting the surprise to be an obstacle I would meet, like, on the stage. Not just going a little bit wide, slightly bottoming out. Actually, it was a pretty hard bottom out. I'll give them that. It was a pretty damn hard bottom out, but still. Bottoming out with suspension at full health, by the way. Suspension was fully fine. Like, suspension was maybe 90% before that, and then it was completely destroyed over that. The 20 minutes already hurt enough, and then I had to repair a radiator, which was like another 10 minutes added on to that. So, on top of the 20 minutes I already had, my radiator decided it was a good time. It was also a good time to go from that crash. So, that was just insult to injury right there, man. This game done just stepped on my J's, bruh. I don't even know what to say about that anymore, man. I'm shook. I'm disappointed. We are out of the points. I don't care too much. Regardless, it is what it is now. I might as well just finish the stage. Keep my head held high. Just, there's still another like 3,000 kilometers where I can gain back that time. So, it ain't the end of the world. Just a rush to the finish now. Shame though, it's a shame. Knowing the pace I was actually holding for most of the rally, but what can you do? And if I was expecting to get hit by a surprise, I was expecting it to happen early on, but anyways, right to the finish. There it is. Let's bring the bike home. What did I say? Dead last. I knew the repairs would put me dead last. I fucking knew it. 30 minutes plus another 4 in pens. So 34 minutes down. How was I in terms of actual stage pace? I actually wasn't even the fastest stage pace. Well, actually, hold up. Where was I? These are all 49s, 49s, 40... I was like 7 minutes faster! No! Oh, that's... Shit! So much faster than these guys, and I get last place because of this garbage. God, fuck you, KTM. Make a better bike. No, I'm kidding, but still. Oh, 6 minutes. I was 6 minutes faster than anyone else on the stage. 48.51. Everyone else in the 49s. 48.29 was the fastest on the stage, besides me, who was a 42.58. Oh my god, I was like 5.5 minutes faster than anyone else. So it's a bad rally for me, boys, but we'll be back. We'll be back. We'll be back and on the attack for stage 5. It is what it is. 30 minutes, though, is what I dropped to Skylar House because of that stuff. 30 minutes is what I dropped. Well, I'm your host, Biggie Smoke. Unfortunate ending. I was so much faster than everyone else in stage time. We'll see you guys with stage 5 soon. Thank y'all for watching. Peace.